Hey guys, it's just a check-in, I guess. Since we can't really talk much about couponing. I mean, I guess we can, but we can't go in store like I said yesterday, and yesterday was a check-in on your mental health. Sorry if you can see my dog peeking through the window. He's neighborhood watch. But what I think that I really want to do in the meantime, while we are waiting for this whole thing to calm down and blow over, is I think we should really talk about mental health. Mental health is something that's extremely important to me, and I've always been very quiet about it until yesterday. And that was my way to vent about how I was feeling. And I think it's great for everybody to have that option to vent about how they're feeling. About being mad because you can't finish your senior year. About being sad because you can't see your grandparents. About every emotion you have. I'm angry because this is happening and I can't control it. I could never control it before. I could never control any kind of sickness before. And I definitely can't control this, and it angers me. So I saw on Facebook this morning something about 8 warning signs you're mentally and emotionally exhausted. Sorry if you hear the noises. I'm outside trying to get some fresh air. So some signs that you're mentally and emotionally exhausted is you're easily irritated. You feel completely unmotivated even to do the things that you normally enjoy. Couponing. You're experiencing anxiety or panic attacks. I do. And it's okay. It's your body's fight or flight response. And sometimes your body likes to kick it up a notch and keep that flight response, and you just keep running and running and running with your anxiety. That's okay. Having trouble sleeping, either it takes you hours to fall asleep or your sleep is very interrupted. This is something personally I've been dealing with for many years. I can't even tell you how far back I dealt with this. And if you have that, you can always call your doctor. They can always prescribe you something to help you sleep. I've been on Ambien. I've been on Latuna. I don't remember the name of it. I've been on so much, but it doesn't affect me. I'm on Ambien again and nothing. It doesn't affect me. Or you can take, if you don't like medications, go a different approach. Drink warm milk, take a hot bath, read a book, shut your electronics off for an hour before you go to bed. All that, everything. There's a million ways to help you sleep. Just talking to somebody might help you sleep a little better. Write it down, journal. You have almost no patience, and you find yourself being short with your colleagues and your family. This one could be very true for everybody because there's I think about 10 states right now that have a shelter in place, and they don't want you to leave home except to go to the grocery store, except to get the essentials that you need. So you're in your house with your children and your husband and whomever else lives with you if you live with a roommate. So becoming short with them, that's very common too. But it's also a sign that you're just emotionally and mentally exhausted. That's a sign that you need to take a step back. You're experiencing indigestion. This also goes on to say you have a low-grade stomach ache all the time and feel like there's butterflies in your stomach. Last night, I woke up with a volcano in my throat of heartburn. I felt like I could breathe fire. I was coughing because it hurt so bad, and I felt like I could breathe fire. The indigestion was real. And I always have water on my bedside, and I always drink lots of water before I go to bed. So it wasn't like I was eating or drinking something different. It's just the way your body responds to stuff like this. Your body's weird, man. Your body is just weird. You start crying unexpectedly, and you feel detached from reality. You go through your days without really emotionally responding or connecting to anything. You feel empty. I read them to you because if you feel that any of those things and you have a mental health provider, call them. This is a time that will make or break you, I believe. I truly believe that. I've heard from, I'll say, experts and that alike that the suicide rate during this time will rise. There's already been several reports of people doing horrific things to their families and then themselves because they think it's the end of times. And that like, it shocks my core because I'm afraid that there's just so much of that's going to happen. I'm afraid people who don't have anybody to talk to are going to have no other place to turn but to hurt themselves. I'm no expert. I did go to college for psychology. I did want to be an art therapist. I ended up moving before I finished that. I only had a couple classes left. I did end up getting my degree, but I did not pursue the art therapy. Because I started experiencing things myself, and I felt like, how can I help somebody when I'm feeling such a way? And during a pandemic or anything huge like this in the world, I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. And I know I'm just sitting here rambling on, but I feel like if you can hear it from somebody who's also feeling it, then you're not alone, you know? What I have started doing, and I started doing it probably about 6 months ago. At the beginning of the year, I write down 3 goals: a business goal, a personal goal, and a financial goal. The goals can be as realistic as you'd like them. Your financial goal could be, I want to be a millionaire. You have absolutely no idea what the power of writing stuff down does. I have written goals that I have never thought I would achieve, that I've achieved. I've surpassed. One of those goals probably about 6 months ago was starting a YouTube channel. Do I think I'm gonna be a big star? Heck no. But there's somebody watching my videos. There's at least one person watching my videos. Then I've achieved that goal. You know what? I put myself out there. And my oldest daughter, she said to me, you really want to start a YouTube video or channel? You know, people are mean. you know what? And that's how I can't control what other people do. I can't control what other people say about me. I can't control what other people feel about me. And I feel sorry for them for feeling that way and saying those mean things. On top of my monthly goals, every single week in my planner, I write down 3 goals that I want to accomplish. Once again, they can be so simple, like mop the kitchen floor. Or they could be like, finally sign up for college. You know, it's whatever you want to do. And I've spoke to my friend about this because she's had a hard time with, finishing things, like finishing the laundry. She gets so behind on the laundry. I simply said to her, give yourself 3 goals to do that week. I know that life becomes completely overwhelming, and that is what made me do the whole goal thing, is that life becomes completely overwhelming. So set yourself 3 small goals and focus on that. One of those goals right now is to not watch the news. And because it is thrown in your face on Facebook, on Instagram, I'm not on Twitter, but I know it's on Twitter, on YouTube, on Google, the things that pop up are what's going on right now, because that is what's going to feed hysteria. That's what's going to get the most reaction out of everybody. And it's never positive things that you see. It's never the stories of people who have recovered from what's going on. It's never the stories of people who have donated millions of supplies to hospitals that need it. It's never the stories of mental health and the numbers you can call if you need to talk to somebody. So, I will be that story. And even if one person watches this, even if my husband or my best friend are the only people who watch this, at least it touched one person's soul. And like I said yesterday, I don't mind talking to anybody about anything that's going on. We're all afraid. And when we are all afraid, we all do different things. Some people turn to religion. Some people, turn to journaling. Some turn to meditation. Whatever your thing is, and if it's working, then I am proud of you. And I want you to know that I'm proud of you. That you are using that one thing that is getting you through this tough time. And I think that people need to hear that more often, that they're proud of them. I don't know you, but I'm proud of you. And I appreciate the support, not necessarily in the comments, because like I said, I'm a very small page, very small. And I've taken a very sharp turn from going from in-store couponing to mental health. But I think I'm not trying to save a life. I'm just trying to let people know that you're not alone. And I definitely want to say thank you to all the essential workers. The people who didn't even know they were essential. The people who work at Walmart, the people who work at the local grocery store, the mailmen. Not just the frontline workers, because there are so many people that are still making this America work right now so that we can have the food that we need. The farmers, the people working at Amazon, because Amazon's booming right now. I want to thank every single one of you from the bottom of my heart for continuing to do your job in such a scary, unknown time. And I hope you know that it doesn't go unnoticed. I know there's a lot that I can't, speak for everybody, but that, they take it for granted, but I don't. I am so thankful that you're there every day to do your shift. So now that I'm done mumbling, I hope this helped in some way. And I hope that you follow me, because who knows what every day will bring. Excuse me. This is only day 1 for us as far as shelter in place. And every single day, the next 30 days for sure, are going to be mentally draining, and they're definitely going to be complicated, I guess. It's going to be hard. I hated leaving the house before this anyways, and now that I can't leave the house, it's the psychological factor. You can't do it now, but now you want to. Yeah. So, and I know that Pennsylvania now has a shelter in place until the end of June, and that worries me. If you can't tell, I worry a lot. I worry about things that I can't control. I worry about other people that I've never met in my entire life. I worry about every situation that could possibly happen. I worry about the worst possible situations. I worry about things that could happen 10 years from now. I worry about things that happened 20 years ago. That's just who I am. That's who I've always been. And that's just because I want everybody to be happy. Even if it means my own happiness, I want you to be happy. So, if you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumb up so that I know that you like these videos. So that I know that I am not just talking to myself to make myself feel better. And hopefully they won't be so gloom. And if you want to leave a comment below on something you'd really love to talk about, I'm a very smart person, and we could talk about it. Please share my videos with people who you think really need to hear them. Watch them on repeat if you want, if it makes you feel better. And just know that I am proud of you. I'm proud of you today, I'm proud of you yesterday, and I'm proud of you for tomorrow. And until then, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Bye.